Hello and welcome everyone to the AOM Power Rankings. I'm not here by myself. I am with DragonOfSmite,
Hello.
who is the commissioner of the league, and we got Agent Mayhem here with me as well.
What's up?
This is going to be for the Celebi low tier division. So without further ado, this is just our opinions. Don't get mad.
No, this isn't opinion. This is pure fact. Let's be honest.
Our very factual opinions. If you have if you don't have the same opinion as us, your opinion is wrong. Therefore, you suck.
Exactly.
JK.
Also,
ILY.
Get mad. We enjoy when you get mad.
Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. All right.
Like and comment.
Exactly. Subscribe. Anyway. Number 16, starting with Bug Domination or Gold. This team
Imagine being...
does nothing.
It does. It really does.
It's just there.
He's got a good lead, though. You'd see lead as a strong one. Throw out Brock's. You turn out.
Yeah, but then it sets up for what? Sharpedo and maybe Zangoose? Maybe Quiverdane's a little again? But like outside of that, it seems
Shelgar coming clutch, bro.
Hey, the bowling ball do be coming clutch though.
I've seen that thing sweep, man. It's not something to just scoff at.
Bruh, my man's watched a league of preschoolers. Hold on a second. No, but
it can get stalled out pretty easily. I mean, the only thing that it had by like toxic and just get recovered on very easily.
Top threats.
If he's gonna,
most of his top threats in offense cannot take a fighting move except for Alchemy, and that's kind of I mean, he's got
Yuxi.
Oh yeah, Yuxi's not very offensive though, but it just
Amalga could, I guess, roost Amalga.
Yeah,
it can.
It just doesn't seem like the team has a whole lot of sauce. I mean, it's nice because it has the webs with for the Zangoose and the Sharpedo, but it just doesn't have much immediate power outside of Zangoose.
I don't really know if this team needs webs, anyways.
Yeah,
because you can always just protect Sharpedo.
Yeah, but that's one piece of speed, and the rest of it is like. It goes
mid tier.
It's Amalga at 105, then Yuxi 95, same with Sharpedo, and then Zangoose I think.
At 80.
80, yeah.
Or something.
So yeah, this team's just slow.
It doesn't really have the best options in terms of webs abuse. It's just I'm sorry, man. It's just not very good.
I mean, Quiverdane's Lilligan, but then it just can't get toxic out.
Lilligan's a non-mom. We don't talk about that one.
No. Lilligan's a threat and a half, but
yeah,
it's very predictable and it doesn't have any coverage aside from hidden power, which is legal for this league, by the way. Cut moves are allowed.
Yes. Pursuit, baby.
Oh my god. Anyway,
I just want Pursuit.
Moving on to the next coach, we have Alphen of the Copenhagen Mirages with the smallest logo on the planet. Hail.
It's Hail, and then what the fuck is the rest of this draft?
It's just
that is what this
the place.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's got. I
don't know what he's got. He has the only switch
Arctisol button. That's about it.
Yes.
And he doesn't even have a very good defensive steel type. He has an offensive steel type. And
his team has 3 ice types and approximately 2 fighting switches. And I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weaknesses to fighting.
And you're never bringing Arch in either. So
I'm sorry, yeah, you're not bringing Arch in. Or
Lamprel kind of clutch though. If you wanted to fit an offensive water type, Shell Smash on it's not awful.
I guess.
It's 1 point. I mean, it's not a bad 1-pointer if we were talking about 1-point mons.
No, but shout out to Quag though.
Yeah.
Love the Quag pick, but
And plus, the thing is, a Lone Duck Trader is good in sand. Though there's not sand on this team. Well,
No, it's good.
It's decent. It's better in sand, but it's on its own. It's decent.
Big question is how
a fast rocker.
And how the hell are you getting it in?
Yeah.
What on this team is
He has
Braviary?
one pivot.
He got one, yeah. He got Braviary.
So either this team is going to have to spam boots on everything, or dodge rocks like the plague. Or Braviary is going to have to defog every week. Braviary is going to be doing everything every single game. Aside from getting the kills, which Arctazult will have no problem doing.
Forward move syndrome is an issue with Braviary.
Yes,
Yeah, sure is.
That's one of the big issues. But I think it's just the I get what you're going for with the Hail team, but it just doesn't have much substance outside of that. Anyway,
all right, I think we're gonna move on.
And there's a note for the viewers: Hail rocks and
Weather rocks.
Weather rocks and Light Clay is banned for only one mon, which he doesn't
for all
have
mons.
So basically,
Weather rocks, no.
Yeah, no weather rocks, so it's not even permanent, but still, Arctazult is a goddamn monster. All right.
Yep.
We'll move on to San Francisco Salandits with my favorite logo in the league, no questions asked, coached by Lappers.
Lappers. That's what I just say.
Lappers, okay.
I guess.
This team is just one giant veiny bicep with the biggest Achilles heel on the planet. It's all fist.
Offensive mon.
It's all fist and no dodge. It just...
It can just get flicked and it faints from 100 to 0.
It's HO. He drafted HO.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it doesn't even correlate with each other.
I just wish
it's not awful.
If you go hyper offense, you want to spam pivot.
And he has
to my
2.
opinion. Yeah.
Right? There's Volt Switch and U-turn Archeops, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cryogonal's going to be getting forced in a whole lot to get rid of hazards because Archeops hates him, Typhlosion hates him, Raichu doesn't appreciate getting chipped if it's going to be running Life Orb.
Nor does Durant.
Durant, it's usually just going to come in, click Bandit first impressions.
True.
But,
Still doesn't want to get chipped.
Yeah. Rocks are going to be a big issue for this team. Massive issue.
It's bad when you're most...
Not to mention, the only setter is Archeops. I am not counting Onyx.
Okay.
Not a big fan.
I am not counting Onyx. It has less attack than a Pidgey.
Than Oddish.
I'm not sure what the Apom is trying to accomplish here, other than just being the boy.
Looking cute. The Apom is here to look cute.
And give my characters XP and Unite, but you know.
True. Good game, guys.
But honestly, you know, enough of the negatives and the roasts. This team is so hard to switch into. Between Durant and Archeops especially, just claiming one every time they come in safely. Which I mean, if they're able to do it,
for viewers, you also might see a Zoomerel. It cannot have huge power.
Yes, no huge power in
Zoomerel.
So it's just
that is
water absorb.
Important to note, because like you might be like, this is a low tier team. Why the fuck is there a Zoomerel here? Yeah, well, it doesn't get half of its power.
It doesn't get the thing that makes it good, so it's bad.
Good, exactly.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just,
good with this.
Rocks are an owl. All right, moving
and
on.
no switch-ins. So
no switch-ins, no real defense. Anyway, moving on.
Mag.
We got Mag's Magic Mons by Magnus.
Magnus.
He does have a Hoopa, it just doesn't show up. You can see on the left-hand part of the screen.
We don't know why. It's just
funniest part about this team, it has 3 web setters and 2 good abusers in Pangoro and Hoopa. It's just kind of funny. I don't understand why the Shuckle and the Smeargle are there, because they effectively do the same thing.
One has Spore, so effectively you should be taking Smeargle over Shuckle. So...
Don't get me wrong, I can always go for some good berry juice, but, you know,
Okay.
my man don't do nothing outside of set webs, rocks, maybe shell smash cheese, but...
You don't mean funny, contrary shell smash sets?
That's what I'm saying, dude. But...
I tried one day. It did not work.
You finally have a team with a decent defensive backbone.
Mm-hmm.
With the Diancie.
Weezing,
yeah.
Clang.
Clang. It's... I feel like it's more of an offensive piece. Honestly.
It is.
Grandpa could be defensive, but it can't be. It's more of an offensive of if he gets in safely, it clicks
Draco Meteor
or Hyperforce and just blow someone up.
Literally, by the way. I think it could be a good bulky offensive mon for this team because
I think Berserk Calm Mind with Roost is unappreciated.
I think it's
Among gets Roost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets Roost.
Where wings?
He's that's exactly it. He's using Roost right now, man.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
The speed outside of webs though is a bit lacking. Even though you have 3 setters, so I am almost guaranteed that it's going to be up.
And stay up.
Yeah.
Kind of, maybe. Hopefully.
Well, he's not bringing all 3. What are we talking about?
But it's just outside of that, the speed just kind of sucks.
Buggy.
Shout out to the Servine pick, by the way. It's a very good low tier grass.
It is,
especially with these tiers. So it's going to get a lot of action, I think. Because it is a lot of contrary. And it's got Knock, Defog. I think it's got Glare, maybe?
Yeah,
it got Glare, yep.
Yeah, so it's going to be very obnoxious. It's going to be a very good utility mon, I think. That's what it's going to be coming most weeks, I think.
Subsea is annoying.
Yep. Decent team. It's a lot more balanced than the ones that we had before. They can actually, do things. We're starting to get into more of the mid. Alright.
Cheers.
You guys got anything else to say?
Nope.
Pangoro is a cool mon.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
We
ready?
Yeah, funny ping, Panda. Alright, next up is Sroch. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce
You're good. You pretty much got it.
Of the Munich Munchlags. I personally really like this team, but I can see where the flaws are. Double bug.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
It's basically one is the physical, one is the special. Like, I get why you got it because it was probably one of the main available steals.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you should have gone with one or the other in terms of Yon Mega or Escavalier. Just because bug is usually it's a type that you don't really want on draft. I mean, it doesn't hurt a lot, but
not necessary.
Yeah. I get the Escavalier pick for Steel. That's all.
It has a lot of options in defense. The team has a lot of options. It could go Aishu, it could go a bulky offensive.
It could be pretty defensive if you want it to be completely.
Yeah.
Well, to an extent, because it doesn't really have a wish passive for Rhydon or
True.
Blastoise doesn't get instant recovery. It's just Decidueye.
With the Roost.
Yeah, I mean the speed for this team is pretty good, I'd say. He's got Liepard to Simisear Liepard to Rapidash to Simisear.
To Yanmega.
No, I think it's to Primeape next. And then
is it?
Yeah. Maybe it's 95.
Yanmega's 95?
Yanmega's pretty fast, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was 85.
It's 95.
95, never mind. Yeah, well, I think they share too. Anyway, the speed is fairly tight up top.
Mm-hmm.
Blastoise.
Well,
is
yeah,
the
Mega.
water-
Mega distanced that speed pretty quickly, so.
Yeah, the speed boost, Blastoise is not able to use Shell Smash, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
Yep. Shout out to the Rhydon pick. Rhydon is super good.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's going to be the main thing coming in to soak up hits.
Especially fire hits.
Yeah, it's actually Blastoise doesn't really like to get burned. Well, then again, neither does Rhydon. I think this team really likes to get burned.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, nothing on. Yeah, you're right. There's nothing on this team that wants to get burned.
Blastoise can be special or physical.
It can. But it's got Rapid Spin and Flip Turn, and you want to make those useful.
Yeah.
As much as you can.
I feel like Blastoise gets forced into a defensive role more often than not with this team. Kind of sucks, but
they'll be able to see.
Decent overall.
Yep, we're getting towards that mid tier, so these teams are getting better and better.
Yep. Moving
on.
on.
Let's go on.
We got Kyrax Crook, coached by Kyrak. He was roasting his team earlier. I don't really like it that much, but looking at it further, it's not terrible.
I don't.
The speed is
dog shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
However,
it doesn't beat 100. Well,
he can
does with Miss Magis.
Miss Mag.
He can do glare T-Wave strats on this team pretty well if he wants to.
He does have decent speed control with those things. But
the issue is, what's abusing and hitting hard on this team besides Miss Magis enough to abuse it?
Druddigan? Druddigan's got 120 base attack.
True, okay.
And Cloyster with a Mega Launcher. It's not to be slept on.
Choice Band and Mightyena with Moxie.
Issue is, even if you're slowing speed on Druddigan, you're typically not running speed on Druddigan. Unless you want it to be your breaker.
Also, Klefki can be... Klefki is a beta...
Comfy.
That and that Steel Fairy that banned the Magierner.
Oh.
The beta Magierner.
What with
Klefki?
Calm Mind Draining Kiss.
Yeah.
I guess. The team is getting it's not as bad as I initially thought, just because it does at least have hazard stacking and the ability to keep those hazards off of their own team with Xatu and default Klefki. And the rest of the team not really caring that much about hazards.
And hazards, yep. And none of them really want to, besides Clefairy, doesn't want to switch into like a Spikes, but I don't know what team wants to.
Magikarp doesn't really care.
Yeah, except for the two.
Pivots.
Actually, this team's really good at controlling hazards too.
I'd say so. It's got
the Magic Bounce Xatu as well.
Got the bounce, got the defog, got two rockers and a spiker. Yeah.
I like the team.
Not bad. Definitely.
It's not amazing, but
definitely better. Definitely better than I thought it would be.
All right, next.
We got Agent Mayhem, Kelios.
Yeah, that's me.
I think that's taking the mid spot, right? Or is one more close?
I think we're getting more to the mid spot.
Yeah.
Biggest glaring thing: Gligar is the only form of removal.
Yeah.
And this team does not like spikes or rocks.
And it wants to keep its spikes up as well, and no rapid spin alongside that kind of hurts.
You have so much hazard. Like you have a bunch of setters, but
yeah,
it's just sucks because if people start to set hazards against you, you only have defog, which I think we were talking about before we started recording, that you needed a spinner very badly.
Yeah, I realize that, but there's like not a lot of options that I can like get rid of for spin.
Yeah, but
So
I mean, outside of that, the ability to capitalize on the hazards are all in all not terrible.
Yeah, they're not awful.
You have Frostlass that can be more offensive. You have Nasty Plot Mime. You have the Cop to force things out. You have
Magmar's a good Scarfer as well.
Yup. And you can bait stuff in with Teleport.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Or you could just
Magmar gets teleport?
The Guzz.
Yep. Magmar gets Teleport.
Cool.
Fun fact.
So somebody wants to bring out a ground type or a water type against your Magmar, you just click Teleport, and if you want, easy switch to your Guzzlord. Go one-shot something with that thing.
Just don't let it be a fairy.
Don't let it be a fairy, yep.
Speed.
Well, if you're pressing Teleport, you see what's coming out.
Yeah. Speed for this team isn't too bad. You got Frostlass and Mime being fast.
Yep.
I think it's Gligar and Quillfish.
And Magmar. Magmar is like 80.
Yeah,
speed.
Magmar's up there.
80, 85.
Actually, the lower end speeds are kind of clustered up together.
Yeah.
But I think this team is still better than the previous one. Just because
it's got potential.
Yeah. Just because it's got the offensive pressure that will force the hazards to... It'll force your opponent to have to get rid of them.
You can also change this team pretty easily and keep the same kind of identity with it to make it better.
Yeah, it just spikes offense, you know. All right.
And then there's some mons, teams before the last one that don't have the greatest of removal, and I can capitalize on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We ready to move on?
Yeah.
All right.
We got the Broker Generators in Omega, which is F. I yoinked his Pelipper. Spoilers.
Yeah, you yoinked this man's Pelipper, and he was upset.
He was very upset. So he had to get stuck with Politoed. I think
Which isn't awful, but, you know, it's not Pelipper.
It's especially with the banning of the Damper.
Brother Rocks.
It just sucks because you have to, you know, bring it in and then you have to hard switch rather than U-turn.
No U-turn.
Yep. Or flip turn, which it should have got, but you know, whatever.
Game Freak doesn't make smart decisions, and we all already know that.
So it's just not going to be the same. But I mean, if he's able to get that Kingdra in with the rain, things are dying.
Quick.
Things are dying very fast.
You can also go Rotom Thunder, which is always fun to go.
Yeah, I think Rotom pairs up pretty well with it. And the Scyther, low-key. Scyther just annihilates every grass type. And the Rotom takes care of most grounds. Or most, what am I saying? Takes care of...
most flying types.
Other waters.
And waters. I also like that this team has a Trick Room option. So, like, say he doesn't want to bring that rain. He's got a perfectly different strategy he can abuse.
Yeah, I kind of like the Trick Room Teleport Claydol. As a strat for his possibly, like, banded
Berserker.
Dusknoir, Berserker.
Or Dusknoir.
But it's the same issue that Politoed has, except, you know, it's got Teleport.
Yep.
So it's able to get out of there and sponge the hit so that, you know, whatever Pokemon can come in. So I like it actually a little bit better than his Rain Core. The pivoting in this team is very good, though. I will give it that.
Yeah, it would give that too.
I'd say it's the best so far.
I mean, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Not many glaring weaknesses in this team, honestly. It just doesn't seem like a strong team. Like, it takes a lot of potential to get starting.
It takes setup.
Yeah.
It has to be like...
And that's the issue.
Yeah, that's the primary issue. I mean, like, the initial strength is there, but it just needs prep on... Like, it needs team playing by the whole squad that you bring for it to be completely effective.
Pretty much. Alright, we going on?
Yeah.
Also, one thing, Tiki has that electric immunity for alongside Claydol.
I don't think he really cares about electric, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but he does have One.
He's got Polytoad Scyther.
Yeah.
But Runum quad resists. Kingdra doesn't care that much. Claydol doesn't care. So,
I just don't think Seaking needs to be on this team necessarily.
Shout out to Castform. He is here.
He's a penis and balls. That's all I gotta say.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
You're welcome. That's exactly what he looks like. Look at him.
Moving on. We got Let's Draw My Logo by Dom. First thing that jumps out to me is the Exploud Metacham. That's going to be nasty. It's going to be very nasty.
He's going to hit like a truck.
Yeah, there's no swap-ins that can take on any of its moves.
I rate this team. I really do. I think it's very good.
I just don't know why he's got double normal. Honestly.
Double normal? Oh, yeah.
He's got Ambipom and Exploud.
Yeah. The Ambipom, I think, was just for the speed. Honestly.
Probably.
But I like the dual-pronged Specs Exploud Band Metacham. Honestly, this is a team that really could have abused webs.
Oh, well, I mean, somebody took 3 of them.
Yeah. I like this team. The defensive integrity is pretty decent with the Ferroseed, Prune, Claydol, Togetic, and then the Torracat to an extent. Where's the Claydol at?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no Claydol here.
No, I said Rune. Hey, Rune.
Okay,
Lantern.
maybe I'm just hearing things, bro. I'm honestly just hearing things.
I really like the Torracat pick for the parting shot into his 2 devastating sweepers. The pivot's nice.
He's got a few U-turners. Does Lantern get flip turn now?
It gets Volt Switch.
Volt Switch, okay, that's all you need then.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, he's got good offensive pressure. He's got nice defensive switch-ins if he needs to. Honestly, this team might have been a little higher.
Turn.
The only reason I don't think it's as high is because it has 2 defoggers. And they are both weak to rocks.
And he's incredibly knockoff weak. Nothing here wants to take a knockoff for its life.
Not really. Metacham might be the only one. Even then, doesn't really want to lose its choice item.
HP. Yeah, that too, yeah. Alright, we moving on?
Good team, I like it. Yeah.
I like it too.
We got Salem Pranksters by the Dudist. Gorgod, Pog.
I love this team.
I definitely rate it. I love Araquanid, I love Sandslash, and I love Gorgeist. And Murkrow is my little boy.
And he's got good web abusers. Really good ones, too.
I think he's got these.
Zoroark and Toxicroak just being able to freely just do as they please. That's a scary sight.
Yeah. I'm honestly okay with Lunatone here, too. Gives you.
Do you want to say something, AJ?
I said that Specs for Zoroark or Choice Band for Croak. Hell, even a Life Orb Sword Stance set, which just tears everyone a new a new one.
I kind of like the fact that he's got the Zoroark Toxicroak pair, so that it's like, you know, you could be, oh, I'm the Toxicroak. Hit me with a psychic move.
And then boom.
Yep.
Nothing's working.
Although then you'd probably have to run double boots on both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just to keep the disguise intact. But
True.
Anyway,
he does have hazard removal though.
Yeah. He's got Sandslash and Murkrow.
They're
not bad.
Togedemaru doesn't get spin.
No, it doesn't get spin. No.
I think it's just that. I mean, honestly, I don't know where Centiskorch is, but I would say drop Centiskorch for Charizard. And this team would be a lot better.
Let's see, Senti.
Because you'd also get the solar power from the Vulpix, because right now the Vulpix is just sitting there with nothing to abuse its power aside from maybe Centiskorch getting boosted stabs.
Honestly, instead of Charizard, get Rapidash.
I'd still say Charizard because his team also
Really?
It has Murkrow, but other than that, doesn't really like taking ground moves.
True.
Aside from Gourgeist.
I mean, doesn't Araquanid also resist it?
Yeah, I guess so.
The physical defenses on the physical side is a little lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
Gourgeist is pretty hype, but it's definitely getting up to be a good team.
Levitate, so, and there's not a lot of.
He does levitate.
Just do me a favor, Dudist. Make the most of my Murkrow boy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him on Kill Eaters. If I don't, I will be personally upset.
All right, we moving on?
Yeah, we'll move on.
All right.
Next up, we got the boy DragonOfSmite.
Yeah,
the Aurora Assailant. First thing that jumps out, team is incredibly passive, but on the flip side, you are not breaking it. And you're just going to have to deal with it.
Toxic spam and bikes, baby. That's what my team brings.
It's so...
as fuck.
It's so painful because the Umbreon is protected so well from all of its weaknesses. Mm-hmm. And I despise it for it. It's just...
This is why Umbreon is a high tier mon. Genuinely, I feel like it's an easy mon to protect.
It's so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, like, if you're able to hazard stack and keep the hazards on this team, it's gonna crumple from a bunch of strong hits. Because one big thing, this team really, really hates getting its items knocked off. Because, I mean, yeah, Palisand has recovery. Vileplume kind of has recovery with Synthesis.
10.
But
it's got 10.
Usually doesn't like it. Strength Zap.
It's got Strength Zap.
Yep. But does not want to lose his Black Sludge. Does not want to be forced to keep healing up.
Mm-hmm.
One big thing is I'm only seeing really one fire switch in. I mean, I guess Umbreon is switching to freaking everything.
I mean, Carbank and then Perugly's got pretty actually decent defenses with Thick Fat as well.
It's got Thick Fat?
It does.
Yeah.
That's why I drafted it. It's actually I think it's only viable ability. Perugly. I guess you could go Defiant.
Honestly, I'd say run Defiant more. So that you can get rid of those hazards. Or like punish them for getting rid of your hazards.
Exactly.
Because it's faster than Latios. So
that's
stupid.
the meme. And then of course it's Christmas time, so I have to bring I had to get the Delibird.
Oh, of course.
That's the only reason I got it.
The team is definitely in the upper echelons. Like, I think we're getting into... I think it's the top 5.
Are we in the top 5 on team?
So.
No, I'm right outside of it.
You're right outside of the top 5.
Yep.
That's just goes to show, like, the teams are picking up some heat. Speaking of which, Milwaukee
Let's go to Ashante.
goes to buy Ashante. Who I just
You just beat this team, though. Yep.
Spoilers! I did just...
Okay, sorry.
No, I don't know.
Spoil Andy.
But the team is very difficult to switch into. The Jackalls...
Especially that Spiel.
Huh?
Especially that Spiel.
Oh, this feels
gonna one-shot you.
This feels terrifying. Mm-hmm. It's gonna sheer cold land me every battle.
Gonna kill you with its cuteness.
Bro, I'm already dead then.
Oop.
The pivot on this team is pretty decent. The Linoon actually is a good pick because I just realized that it's got regular Linoon stats, but you can throw an Eviolite on it.
And Quick Feet.
Yes, and Quick Feet, which I swore was guts.
I mean, the issue is it has to run Toxic Orb to get that Quick Feet going.
Or just, yeah, I guess so.
No, because it doesn't have guts.
Yeah, you can't absorb a burn.
Mm-hmm.
I low-key think this has got... Why it's higher than DragonOfSmite, I just think it's got a little bit more to it.
Ooh.
It's got oomph.
It's got the power and it's got the bulk. Whereas
and the pivots.
Yes, pivots big time.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the Dragalge for slow pivot. I think the Linoon's got Parting Shot.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the Rotom. I think Combuskin gets U-turn now.
U-turn, yep.
And the Galarian Articuno. I don't know why it's so expensive, but Galarian Articuno. I'm not really sure what it does, but
a Memento with
to even set up for
Whimsicott if you want to
not much he's gonna.
I mean, honestly,
what's he setting up for?
Nasty Plot Rotom, SD, Speed Boost,
Combuskin.
Yeah.
Combuskin's still kind of slow to abuse the Speed Boost, though.
I don't think so. I think it just has.
It's got 65 base speed.
Oh, Poliwrath.
Or 55, God.
The Poliwrath is honestly, I think it's a great bring for this team because otherwise the team doesn't terribly enjoy waters.
Belly Drum Poliwrath.
There you go, Belly Drum Poliwrath. Plus, I like.
And it's got Aqua Jet, though.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
Nope.
I swear it does.
Nope.
Poliwrath.
Wow,
it doesn't. That's sad.
I like this team though. It's got some spice and it was kind of difficult to prep for. But yeah, good gamer Sente, by the way.
Why does this Mon get Aqua Jet?
Because he's just one tricep muscle.
Okay, and
he's a frog. He's a tricep. You think a tricep is gonna be jetting at you? I don't think so.
Do you think a Zoomerl is gonna be Aqua Jetting at you?
Of course, he's a rabbit. Rabbits are fast. Good doy. All right.
Damn, you're right.
Moving on to Shiny Agency Spinda, coached by Exy.
You're talking about this team.
I
love
this team. I think
Why
this team
is top first? Because he's the only one with his mascot.
True, Spinda.
No, you're wrong. You are absolutely wrong. The Dudus has Murkrow, and his mascot is a Murkrow.
Yeah, my boy.
Look, he's so low.
He's not so low. He was like top 7.
Anyway, he's got so much that he can do with this team. Like he's got the Comfey with Calm Mind. He's got the Scarf Specs Delphox, which is very difficult to deal with, especially in low tier because it's got great speed. He's got the Shell Smash Gorbis, the Specs Heliolisk. Like this team has a lot of power potentially.
The spikes with
I think he's got Spikes Omanite. I think Omanite's get Spikes, right?
The Toxic Spikes.
Okay.
I don't think he's got Toxic Spikes.
I'm pretty sure Skuntic gets.
I'm checking.
Skuntic doesn't get it.
It's got Spikes, Ammonite, and Toxic. No, it's got both types of Spikes.
Ah, well, there you go.
And Rocks.
Plus, he's got a fairly decent defensive core with Tangela, Golbat, Skuntank, and Sandaconda, and he's got the bulky offense in Aggron. It's going to be kind of an annoying core to break, to be honest with you. Although, nothing really likes taking a knock. Except for maybe the Skuntank, except for losing its Black Sludge.
It's not the worst thing in the world, but...
Yeah,
it's not the greatest thing either, but honestly, what Mon actually wants to get knocked off?
Not many.
You know, Aggron actually wouldn't be a bad Mon to take a knockoff on.
Nah, but, I mean... Still, the 2 Eviolite Mons being part of the defensive core, I can dig it, but at the same time, it's a little risky.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that nothing on his defensive core could take an ice move. Not well.
Aggron
can.
Yeah.
But outside of that...
yeah, kind of sketch.
A very good bulky water, which is... Well, it has core guys, but still, you probably want to run it offensive because...
Gorbis isn't tanky.
Yeah.
Gorbis is not tanky. Gorbis is Shell Smash. Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
But, take it from me. Take it from me, who's gotten swept so many times by Comfey. This is going to everyone that's playing the league. Deal with the Comfey as soon as you can. Hate that freaking thing. I hate it. It is my least favorite thing to fight. It's so annoying.
That's how I won last season, guys. Comfy go Burr.
Very good team, though. I think this team will do well. All right, moving on.
You moving on?
To ya boy.
Hey, look. It's you.
All right, roast me.
Roast? What? No, I'm gonna.
Dude,
your top 3.
Do what you best.
It's okay. So I'll talk about it. He's got Rain Team, Pelipper, Jolteon, Perfect Match. Electric moves can't hurt it because Jolteon's there. And then ground moves can't hurt Jolteon because you got also a Bronzong and a Pelipper. So you got good defensive core for your offensive strategy. Roserade's goated Mon. Kabutops can really abuse that rain, even though, it's not elongated. But
yeah,
he's got good hazard removal with the Pelipper and the Girder.
And the Kabutops to an extent, but not really.
Does Kabutops get Rapid Spin?
Yep.
It does.
Oh, okay. And it makes sense. It just, I don't know, it doesn't click for me. Don't typically see it run.
Yeah.
The only glaring weakness that it has is an ice type move. It just runs through his entire team except for Bronzong. But Bronzong is taking a lot of the hits already, so
yeah, it's very sketchy, which I'm probably going to be fixing with trades, hopefully.
Because I think you want Bronzong to be taking those hits. The issue is without it doesn't have reliable recovery outside leftovers, so it's gonna be chipped down eventually. Only so much you can do.
Recover any other recovery move is beyond me.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even feel Bell. Pain.
He'll Bell's a recovery move.
I kind of dig the. I love this diesel. I think it's very good here.
It does cover those speed tiers, and
yeah, my speed tier is kind of immaculate though, except for 100. But Kabutops basically is there. Also, shout out to Shinonic having Rain Dish for my rain.
Does it really?
Yeah, it gets Rain Dish.
That's pretty cool. I didn't actually not know that.
Fun fact.
Too bad it's your only fairy type.
That is my only fairy type, which I might have to change.
That is a glaring weakness. Any team without a fairy type is honestly a little bit sketch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. It just does. It just has to find another way to deal with dragons.
Mm-hmm. I guess the number 1 team we have doesn't have a fairy either, and it's the number 1 team. But
anyway, all right. We will. You guys had anything else?
Really like the team. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Top 3 for a reason.
Decent hazards as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
We got
my boy
Appleton and Friends. One of my favorite logos. This team.
It's brand new.
This team goes hard. This team is very annoying.
I just realized he got the Appleton too.
Yeah.
What a go!
You got a lot of mascot.
Yeah.
This team is going to be freaking nasty. I love Doublade. It is actually, I think it's actually, fun fact, I think it's the physically bulkiest Pokemon ever.
Is it really?
I think so. Just raw, no abilities, I think.
Yeah, it's got 180 base, Doublade, 150 base, and then it's probably just as tanky as Shuckle.
It's tankier
defensively.
It's tankier than Registeel.
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah.
The issue is it's special defense. On the other hand.
That's the Achilles heel. Yeah.
Yep.
But
it's okay, you got Slurpuff to tank and Appleton to take a good majority of those special hits.
Pincurkin on this team is really a little bit sus.
Kind of weird champ because it doesn't get electric. Right?
But
yeah, wait.
It does get electric terrain.
Does it?
Yeah, it gets the ability.
Well, yeah, I thought that we banned it though.
No,
okay.
You can run terrains.
Oh, okay. Well, no real abuse for it, I guess, but
except that nothing falls asleep, so that is a really clutch if you need be. If you can't bring in
teams on this league that's using Sleep Powder or Spore.
Yeah.
I think there's Smeargle.
Yeah.
I mean, Pinch Urchin doesn't. They don't really need to abuse electric terrain, as Pinch Urchin's gonna one-shot you anyways.
Well, if
it hits,
it does.
It hits hard.
It does hit hard, but you know, the speed on this team. Honestly, is I think it's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
This team is very slow. You don't have them on breaking 100. Actually, I don't think you have one breaking 90. Aside from
Simeon.
Simeon's 85.
Simeon is 80.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, that's a slow ass mod.
I
It feels like it should be
think
faster.
Pidgeot gets 92, I think.
101. Pidgeot's 101.
Never mind.
There you go. We got a breaker.
But still, the team is fairly slow and is very reliant on webs for speed. But not a whole lot to abuse the webs, but the team is very, very gross. It's got a lot of synergy.
I really like it. It's also pretty defensive. You can just keep switching and be perfectly fine. You can Toxic Spikes with the Drapion and watch people cry.
The only worrisome thing I could see is like special dark hits if Drapion goes down. And to an extent, Slurpuff. But
Slurpuff can take quite a few.
Yeah. If you don't get opposing Drapion or something.
True.
Yeah.
Alright, we moving on to number 1?
Yeah, move on to number 1 with Exo Stomp Excadrills. This man, he's definitely has, I think, the
he's
best
cracked.
team.
This team's cracked.
He's got a very, very good team. I was talking to him about it earlier. Like this is definitely my favorite because his two offensive mons complement each other beautifully. And he's got Persian to further support that, and he's got webs to abuse them even further, even through their
and good defensive core, Steelix, Jellicent,
Leafeon to an extent.
Yeah, Leafeon's good defensive,
Altaria.
like physically defensive.
Yeah.
Persian could
I don't understand.
I
don't know why he chose Raboot, but you know.
Three fire types though. I mean, I guess the Raboot is Libero, but still, I'm not a fan of Raboot.
Karkal's actually a really good mon though for this team.
Karkal's hype.
Karkal is hype. They're gonna use a fire move on your Vikavolt, your Leafeon. Just switch into your Karkal or your Steelix as well. Switch into it. Using a water type on your I mean, you don't want to switch into a water type, but you know,
it complements each other very well. The offense blends well, the defense blends well, the utility is there. The weaknesses are all covered. Very strong team.
This team, if I had to rate from 1 to 10, this would probably be 10.
I'd say it's pretty damn close to a 10.
Because I could just ignore Raboot.
Also.
Yeah.
I like it. Good team, XO.
Good team. Yep, good team. I think that's it.
Alright. So those were the AOM power rankings.
Yeah.
This has been Honch, DragonOfSmite.
It's Dragons. Woo.
And Agent. Please feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, like. I might post AOM material. Maybe. I don't
Spice.
know. Maybe. Wink, wink.
If you play against EXO, you should do that match.
I might. Alright.
Yeah, while you're prep.
Well, feel free to yell at us in the comments for...
Tell us how wrong we are.
Yes. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, etc.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching.
Have a good night, guys.
We are out of here. Bye-bye.
Peace.